Devil say I lack empathy if you want, but if there's a choice between helping a human and helping an animal, 110% of the time I'm helping that animal, unless it's like there's children involved or like a very old person. It's a gray area over there. But like a middle-aged adult that can fend for themselves, let them fend for themselves. I'm gonna help the animal. So anyway, there are a bunch of homeless people where I live, so it's not uncommon to see them. However, there is this one man that I saw a couple months ago with a cat. And when I see people with animals that don't have houses, I immediately go into panic mode, like, are you taking good care of them? So there's this man with a cat, and I borderline stalk this man to make sure he's taking good care of his cat. So I know where he sleeps, I know where he goes every day. I know this man's pretty much every move. Anyway, I bring him cat food all the time because I want to make sure this cat's having a good life. Do I believe that this man is taking good care of his cat? Yeah, I actually do, because I was very panicked about it, and I was gonna like steal his cat if not. But he's taking really good care of his cat. He's got a great carrier for it, everything, but it keeps me up at night because every time I see this man and I talk to him and I give him cat food or things for his cats, he's progressively getting worse and worse with his, I don't know what he does, but you can tell he's on some sort of something. So my biggest fear is something will happen to this man and no one's gonna be there to take care of his cat. So anyway, it's been raining. This is what goes on in my head. I'm panicked over some man and his cat out there. So anyway, it's been raining freaking cats and dogs out there. It's freezing. And all I can think of is, how is this man's cat? How is this man's cat? Well, guess what? I saw him today because he wasn't in his usual spots because he had to be protected from his elements. Anyway, I found him. I saw him today. I give him cat food. I bring him this nice big warm blanket. I'm like, please use this for your cat. You can use it for yourself too, that's fine, but please use it for the cat. You don't even let me hold you, but you don't know how lucky you have it. You could be out there fending in the rain, Mr. Sam. Oh.
This was a very hard and painful watch. There is so many things wrong with this video, and man, I don't even know where to begin. The total lack of empathy, the audacity, and the absolute disconnect from reality. I'm like, man, what world does this one live in? Okay, you love animals, that's totally fine, but how can you put an animal above a human being? Then she stalked this man, which is crazy, stalking another human being. But you would think she was stalking this man because she wanted to know how he was faring and how he was pushing it on a day to day. No, she was stalking this man because she wanted to know how his cat was faring on a day to day. And then she's worried about the cat's belly, but not the man's belly, bringing the man cat food for his cat, but could not come alongside with, I don't know, a burger or something. So just in case the man hadn't had anything to eat that day, he would have something in his stomach for the day. And then she said she was thinking about stealing this man's cat. Like, my goodness, how far down can this go? This man already has so little, but then this one thing he still has, which is his cat that I'm sure he loves and adores, you are thinking about stealing it from him. This cat probably just might be the only companion this man has. This cat probably just might be the reason this man looks forward to seeing the next day. But here you are thinking about stealing this cat from him. This entire video, in my humble opinion, just shows that this lady is totally disconnected from her humanity. Because you have to be somehow disconnected from your humanity in order for you to not be able to see the humanity in others, in order for you to not be able to feel the pain that other people are going through. She saw the cat suffering, but she couldn't see the human who owned that cat suffering. She could think and worry about this cat not having the necessary amenities to survive, hence why she brought this cat a blanket on a cold day so this cat doesn't freeze to death. But she didn't notice that this human who owned this cat doesn't have the necessary amenities to survive, but she isn't worried or thinking about that. I'm sorry, but once you get to that point as a human being where you see another human being and you don't care about their welfare, you pick the welfare of an animal over the welfare of a human being, you have lost your humanity. It's crazy how some people's minds and hearts work, I swear. This is some next level sinister, borderline evil-ish. And the fact that she must have thought that she was doing some good to the point where she made this video, thought this video was okay, and then posted it. Of course, the video had been taken down because there was backlash.
It's genuinely crazy that there are people out there that accept these thought processes within their head. And I just want to say, if you value animal life over human life, there is something inherently wrong with you, and you are not as good of a person as you think you are. I find that this narrative is very common amongst white people, specifically amongst white vegans, vegetarians. There was a guy in my philosophy class, my freshman year of college, that said blatantly, just said this so blunt, that animal cruelty will always be and has always been worse than any that any person has faced. And I would not be surprised if this woman agrees. It is crazy to see a homeless man suffering on the streets, and instead of thinking about the things that you can do, the resources that you have on hand to help him, instead of thinking about him, his humanity, the fact that he is also a human being with complex thoughts and needs like you instead think of his cat. And listen, I love cats. I'm a cat lover. But it is crazy that that is your priority. And the way that this woman posted this video, completely just with every bone in her body, she posted that video. Not thinking about how it might further stigmatize homelessness in the US when it's already stigmatized. Not thinking about how this might further stigmatize addiction within the homeless population in the US. She posted this with her full chest and did not question it. And that is actually insane. And on top of that, the people that are agreeing with her in her comments saying, oh, people are just coming to you because they're dramatic, you know, people are making this a bigger deal than it actually is. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. There are more empty houses in this country than there are homeless people. I continue to see people demonize an entire population of people that did not ask to be living in those circumstances and are incredibly underprivileged, under-recognized, and basically treated as invisible in most places in the United States. You chose to visibilize his cat over his own humanity, and you're wondering why people are coming for you. That is insane. This woman fully admitted to stalking someone and threatening to steal his one form of comfort that he has left, most likely. Threatened to steal it, and people are seeing that as empathetic. That is not empathy. This is just, it's crazy to me.
Creators like Kirby are the reason why I really don't follow the super big like white creators on here, because if you saw my video, the Stitch to Her video about the unhoused man and his cat and giving the cat the food, if you haven't seen it, you can't see it anymore because I got a notification basically just telling me that my video was removed because she decided to take down her video and I guess all the stitches and the duets to it, which is like the way to respond to criticism is not just to take your video down because people didn't like what you said. Because if you stand by what you said, own it. And if you don't stand by what you said anymore and you want to apologize, trying to act like it didn't happen is not the way to do it. Because if you go to her account now, like she's just posting random videos like she didn't say what she said and all that stuff like that, which is like a weird tactic that a lot of the white creators take on here when they get into controversy or whatever. They'll just pretend like they didn't do anything and just go about their lives, which I mean, yes, we can learn, grow, and evolve, we can move on, but also a part of growing and moving on is acknowledging that you did some sort of wrong. So how are we acknowledging that we did wrong and moving forward and growing if the way that we handle the situation is just by acting like it did not happen? But yeah, I'll re-upload my video. I have it saved. I'm not gonna let a white woman and her antics mess up my videos. But it really just gets me thinking about how, like, especially like the white female creators on here, their main tactics when they get into some sort of controversy is either to play victim or pretend like the rest of the internet is the problem. Because what she said was weird, at the very least it was odd. So if you stand by what you said, why are you like pressed by the critics? And if you don't stand by what you said, then why are you trying to like silence the critics by taking your video down and all the stitches and duets? That doesn't make any sense, and it doesn't look like you're genuinely sorry. And it's like, if you really think about it, think about any controversy that a big like white creator has gone through on here, and pretty much every single time there's never an apology. It's always, oh, boo-hoo, they're attacking me, or everybody is weird and I don't know what you guys are mad at me. Like, nobody is genuinely sorry on here, which is why, like, pretty much everybody that I follow is either, like, super small or are people of color. Because small creators and POC creators are not allowed the same grace to just play victim and act like what they say doesn't have any consequence. So they actually stand by something, because they're not allowed to retract and revert and act like what they said wasn't said.
I don't know who that man is, but my heart seriously goes out to him. Wherever he is right now, I hope he's doing okay. And I hope that someday soon he can get back on his feet. It's crazy, this world we live in. Some of the things you hear sometimes, it's like astronomical how effed up this place is. But yeah, guys, let me know down below in the comment section what you think about all of this. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.